Living in Florida is not just for retirement and retirees who want to golf, play tennis, or pickleball. No, investors love it here. And today I'm going to give you the top 5 reasons why investors love Florida. The top 5 reasons why investors love Florida are these. 1, population growth. Number 2, strong job market. Number 3, real estate market. Number 4, renters market. And number 5, the quality of life. So if you're going to be living in Florida and you're an investor, you're going to love it here. Also, Florida has ranked high in all these categories for a number of years, and 2021 was just one of the pinnacles. So people are flocking here, whether you're just planning on living or you're planning on invest, whether it's going to be with cash or whether it's going to be with cryptocurrency. Maybe we should talk about cryptocurrency. We're going to get into all 5 of these things right now. But first, if this is your first time on my channel and you want to learn everything is about living in Florida and living in Delray Beach, Florida, do me a favor, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so you're notified every time a new video drops. People are contacting me all the time wanting to know what it's like to live here and invest here. Let's get started. So let's talk about population. We're going to do some numbers together here. So currently the population of Florida is about 21.5 million people. And over the last decade, since 2010, that growth rate has averaged about 15%. So now the state of Florida is saying that over the next 4 years until the end of 2025, they plan on having 845 people a day move to Florida. So let's do some quick calculations here. You got 845 people a day times 365 days a year. That's over 308,000 people a year moving to Florida over the next 4 years. The city of Orlando is about 360,000. So we're almost building a brand new Orlando every year. But if we take this number times the next 4 years, that's about 1.2 million people moving here between now and 2025. Well, if I take the current calculation of 21 million, that's about a 5% increase in the population over the next 4 years. So you want to know why investors love this place? Because this is where money is flowing, because money is being treated well. And you can take a look at this little chart right here where it shows the outflow of people from places like California and New York. Guess where they're going? They're flocking to places like Florida and Texas. One of the reasons why is, well, I don't want to talk about politics. We're not going to talk about that. But they are moving here because of the no state income tax. So Florida is a great place for investors, and it shows by the growth projections over the next few years. All that data coincides with a brand new report came out by U.S. News and World Report talking about the top fastest 10 growing cities in the U.S. And 9 of the 10 are here in Florida. Take a look. Coming in at number 2 is Sarasota and Fort Myers, all on the West Coast. Then we have Naples, Florida, Lakeland, Florida, Ocala, Florida, coming in 4, 5, and 6. Number 7, Daytona Beach. Number 8, Port St. Lucie. Number 9, Orlando. Number 10, Melbourne. So as you can see, Florida is growing both on the West Coast and also here on the East Coast, which has seen growth for the last 30 or 40 years. So nonetheless, Florida is on a strict population growth plan. But that might not be what you're looking for. We're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. Number 2, let's now talk about the job growth in Florida. Of course, Florida is geographically situated perfectly for global business. We're close to Europe, relatively speaking. We're close to South America and growing countries like Brazil and Argentina. So we're positioned really well. But let's take a look at this first growth chart, talking about our gross national product, our GDP. Over the last 10 years, it's grown almost 50% to about $1.1 trillion economy in Florida. And the thing is through the 3 quarters of 2021, job growth in Florida grew by about 5.5%. Nationally, that number was under 1%, coming in at 0.8%. So clearly, money is flowing to Florida on a statistical basis. If you look at the chart, I'll give you the link below to the Florida Tax Watch. They're expecting the growth in the job market here in Florida to be over 2.5% for this year, 2022. So what are some of the job sectors that are going in Florida? Well, healthcare is huge. Of course, the age retirement communities, the aging population. Of course, the aging population is not aging as fast as it used to, but healthcare is booming and it's going to boom for the next decade. Then you have software is big in Florida. People might as well work remotely nowadays. Why not work from the beach or the comfort from a no state income tax place? But what are some of the industries here? Well, we have aviation and aerospace. We have homeland security. We have IT. We also have finances. A lot of people think that the next Wall Street is going to turn into Brickell down in Miami, which is also where a huge growing population of cryptocurrency people are moving to. And Florida has won several top rankings for its business-friendly climate. It's ranked number 2 for the best place in the states to do business, number 3 for the corporate tax structure. Heck, for even Florida's superior infrastructure, we're ranked number 2 in the country, probably for our spaceports and our seaports and all of our globalization for import-exportation. And then on top of that, we also have 160 colleges in the state of Florida. So if you look at the entire job market, what's going on, we've got job growth, we have lots of education going on. We see that Florida is going to be poised for growth for the years to come. And that's why investors love it here. Now let's talk about the third reason why investors love Florida, and that is the real estate market. So as I showed earlier, people are leaving places like New York and Connecticut and New Jersey, high tax states. They're coming to places like Florida. Californians are leaving in droves, going to places like Arizona or Texas. And actually, I've got quite a few customers from Florida moving here to Florida from California as we speak. But that's some of the macro data. Of course, 2021, the post-pandemic recovery, real estate all across the nation went berserk, and Florida is no different. So I want you to take a look at this little data point that I put together and kind of review specifically what's happening in the state of Florida. First, median home values in Florida are topping just over $340,000, which compared to a place like California at $750,000, it's almost like a half-off sale to live here in Florida. Next, single-family home prices in Florida are up about 23% in 2021 over 2022, according to the Florida Realtors. Median time to contract for a single-family house in Florida is about 12 days, and that's going down all the time, which is the time it takes for the sales to contract after being listed. Next is the active listings for single-family homes were down about 40%. So that shows that in 1 year, there's just not much inventory left because it's being gobbled up by a lot of investors, people who have cash, and they're bringing cash into the country, into the state. And over the last 5 years, the average home values in Florida have increased by about almost 70%. So you can see the real estate market in Florida is crazy. Influx of money. You can talk about politics if you want to. That has a portion of it as well. But the state is a very business-friendly state. So we're seeing a lot of people move here. It's a trend that's happening. They say this trend is going to last for all this decade, but at least over the next 3 or 4 years, investors are flocking here. People are using less mortgage money to buy real estate. There's also a statistic here in Florida that 39% of all transactions were cash, not lending money through lenders. So that's a big factor when you look at investors and who's putting money into real estate. And that's a trend that's going to continue. Now let's take a look at number 4. The fourth reason why investors love Florida is the strong renters market. Of course, last year, 2021, all across the country, rental markets were very strong. But in Florida, they were very, very, very strong. In some places like where I live, rents were up over 40%. Boca Raton, 38%. Numbers were through the roof. Palm Beach, the same thing, 36%. But let's take a look at this data point just to give you an overall perspective of why investors are coming to Florida. Rents over the largest 3 metropolitan areas in Florida, which are Miami, Orlando, and Tampa, were up between around 25 and 31% over 2020. The median rent in Miami is about $3,800, while in Tampa and Orlando, it was about $2,250 in that ballpark. So rents were a little bit lower when you got into the central and western side of the state. But single-family homes, as you can see, make up about 60% of all the housing units in the state of Florida. And 34% of the housing units in Florida are occupied by renters. Those are people that have moved here from the West Coast and up in the Northeast, which is an indication that there may be a lot of room left for growth in the rental market. So if you take a look at those statistics and you add on things like the sunshine and the climate, which we're talking about next, talking about the job growth, the universities, the industries that are here, all the awards that the state is getting for how business friendly it is, yeah, rents are most likely going to be rising for the foreseeable future. And the fifth reason why investors love living in Florida is the quality of life. Come on, it's the Sunshine State. But more important to that, Florida has things like we're the one of 8 states in the United States with no state income tax. So it's like getting a raise of 5, 6, 7, 8%, depending on what state you're migrating from and to. So Florida is obviously a very business-friendly state, and we're not going to gouge you on taxes. It's also ranked in the top 10 and had a lot of top 10 rankings for things like business climate, education, infrastructure. So there's a lot of business reasons why. And here's a shocker. Our cost of living is 2% less than the national average. And you can take a look at the video I did here just a few weeks ago. It talks about cost of living and other things that would draw you to Florida versus places like California. California's cost of living is 50% higher than the national average. Crazy. So we have those factors. We have our temperature. During the summer, it averages around 81. In the winter, it averages a cold 60. It's crazy how cold it gets here. We also have, 1,350 miles of white powder sand that border the entire state, where the second largest state for beaches or coastline is California, coming in at about 840 miles. We have top recreation, we have boating, we have great surf, we have great fishing, we have some of the best theme parks with Disney World, Epcot Center, we have Space Canaveral, where we have Tesla launches going off. I think Elon Musk said they're going to do 1 a day for the year of 2022. So if you've never been to Cape Canaveral and seen the space information up there, get yourself up there. It's going to be fantastic. So there's a lot of reasons for the quality of life while people are living here. It's not just the sunshine and the citrus fruit and the tropical fruit. No, the business climate, the low taxes, everything plays into this. I'm going to give you a 5A or a bonus one we're going to talk about right now. Now, as a little added bonus, I want to talk about some of the small cities, particularly a place where I live, Delray Beach, because a lot of places here on the East Coast, the Southeast Coast, that have been booming for the last 50 years, from Miami all the way up to Palm Beach, we don't have a whole lot of land left for growth. So there's not a lot of new residential development going on in these areas, because basically from the Atlantic beach inland to the Everglades is only about 6 miles wide, and a lot of that land has already been consumed. So that's why places like Delray Beach and local areas, Boca Raton, Palm Beach, Boynton Beach, down to Pompano, have been exploding with real estate valuations in the last year, is because there's not much land. We have to go up, or it's one-off developments where older residential stuff, mid-century homes, are now being replaced by modern contemporary homes. Here in Delray Beach, our rents, as I mentioned, were up 40% in the year 2021 over 2020. Our average home price was up 36% for the year compared to prior. And we anticipate, because of low inventory and not a lot of space to grow, Delray Beach is only a population of about 75,000 people. During the high season, that doubles to about 150, or probably even more than that. It's crazy how busy this place gets, because we have things like Atlantic Avenue, which is fast becoming a destination in itself for foodies. People who want to go to some of the best food restaurants in all of Florida. Atlantic Avenue has over 54 restaurants and a huge social scene going on there. We have some brand new hotels. We have a lot of residential development going on with condos and townhomes. The city has plans over the next 10 years to expand Atlantic Avenue for more office space and mixed use projects. So this is one of those side spots here in Florida that is a hot spot within a big hot spot. So Florida's a hot spot, and a place like Delray is hot. And if you're not looking to move to a large city like Miami, Orlando, Jacksonville, Tampa, and want to kind of get off the beaten path, of course the West Coast has lots of great cities and beautiful beaches and sunset views. We have sunrise views here on the East Coast. And if you're looking at coming to the southeast part of Florida, please give me a call. My phone number and email information is down below. Give me a phone call, send me a text. I would love to work with you. If you think my information, my videos are valuable, please do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that smash button, and subscribe to my channel. I'm back here every week giving videos about Delray Beach, about living in Florida, about relocating here, and all what it's like about moving here. So I appreciate your time today. We'll be back next time with another video about Florida.